What's up, guys? SirAllAboutMusic here, going to be doing 2 track reviews in one video. One for Electric Wizard's Dopethrone, and one for Ween's It's Gonna Be a Long Night. So, I'm doing this in the interest of saving time, not putting up 4 videos, and getting through that that request list so I can start up a new one for you guys. So, let's get into Electric Wizard's Dopethrone. First, Electric Wizard is, I love doom metal. I totally fucking love doom metal. And if you were at my blog TV, you know why I love doom metal. But Electric Wizard is a doom metal band that I'm a little mixed on. I love, the work that I do like, I love. Their work that there's work that I just love. And then I don't really hate their other stuff. I'm just kind of not inclined towards it because their other stuff is so good. I'd rather just stick with the stuff that I love. Generally, I'm a huge, I love Sleep, and generally I stick more along the Acid King vein of doom metal. I like that stuff a lot. But Dopethrone is one of the Electric Wizard songs that I love, because I had a great experience the first time I listened to it. And there's some general aspects of doom metal that are present in this song that, make it great. First of all, obscenely fuzzed guitars. I mean, you gotta love that shit. Really awesome, powerful vocal delivery, really strained and angry and just kind of thing going on. Love that. And really open, expansive, explorative drumming. Doom metal drummers don't just stick to, a portion of their kit. They try to use all of their kit. They try to, and they incorporate a lot of cool tom work into their drumming. In general, they just make their drum kit sound big. They make their drumming sound big, and I love that about doom metal in general. And that's another aspect of Dopethrone that's pretty apparent that I totally fucking love. So, those 3 things, awesome. The vocals, the cool thing that was cool for me is they sound like he's screaming through a phone, Like, how creepy would that be if you're, like, on the phone talking to someone, and all of a sudden you hear those that voice come, it's just so strange and so confined. It sounds like he's trapped in something, And that's really what I think the appeal is for me, as far as the vocals go. They just, it just sounds, he sounds trapped, and I don't know what it is about that is cool. It just is, with the context of the song. It's just awesome. So, yeah, I know it's a little creepy. The really only qualm I have about Dopethrone is that the mix as far as the solos go. These solos are really good solos, and it just I like my solos to drag me out of the churning sea of a song. Like if you're listening to a song like this, and it's like you're getting bashed in the head with rocks and shit like that. Like, you're caught in, like, a fucking landslide. And the solo is like the giant eagle that grabs you and pulls you off into the sky, and it just leads you up, and then it drops you back and down into the landslide, and you get beat the shit out of again. And then another eagle comes, which is another solo, and, it's just, solos are supposed to be very uplifting, and they're supposed to take you out of the song and just make you feel awesome. But when they're pushed back in the mix, it's really hard for them to do that. It's like a swallow, flying by and trying to pick you up and drag you off into the sky. It's just not as epic. And I think that's a real disappointment for me. I think, I really wish that those solos would have been brought out a little more, because they're great solos. There's some great guitar work on those solos, just in general. So really, that's my only qualm. So, Electric Wizard's Dopethrone. Easy 8. Yeah, easy 8. Easy 8, bordering on a high 7, like a 7.9. That's my feeling on Dopethrone. And yes, it is 10 minutes. But and even though it doesn't have the nuances that I consider to be meat, it has the intensity to justify its length. Really intense song. So, that is Electric Wizard's Dopethrone. Now, let's talk about Ween's It's Gonna Be a Long Night off of their 2003 album Quebec. I am a huge Ween fan. I love Ween. I'm totally in love with Ween because they are weird and quirky and different, and they just don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And they just do everything. One of my favorite albums that I've ever listened to is The Mollusk, and that was the first album that I got into Ween on. But one of the things that I heard Henry Rollins said this once, and I think it's a very, actually, I would agree with it. He said something along the lines of Ween kept independent music alive in the mid-90s. They kept interesting independent music alive. And, you can hate Ween, but you have to admit that they are constantly, they really are pushing musical boundaries, in my opinion. I think they are. I think they're challenging conventional thought about music, even though in a different direction than avant-garde or noise goes. They challenge conventional thought about music using the conventional thought about music is the best way I can put it. It's Gonna Be a Long Night is a little more on the safe side of their music, I think, though. It's a really driving punk influenced kind of pop song, kind of like a, and I don't want to say it's a pop conscious song. It isn't a pop song, it's a pop conscious song. And it's just, it's just again, Ween is a fun band, like Cake. And it's just a fun song to listen to. There's nothing really striking or, wow or awesome about it. It's just a fun song to listen to. And, it's really driving, it's really happy, it's really upbeat. And there's nothing, there's really nothing overtly weird about it, which is surprising considering, Ween's body of work. And we can actually take a quick listen to that right now, because I have it up on my computer, so let's do this. Whoops. Really upbeat. There's just really, and that's pretty much the feel of the rest of the song. There's just really nothing striking about it, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just the weirdness that is typical of Ween music is not in there. So there's really not a lot to talk about. It's Gonna Be a Long Night because it's just its pop consciousness, and it's a song you gotta listen to. There's really not a lot of explanation involved in it. So yeah, I will post links to both of these songs. I know that these reviews were really short, but hey, it's all in the interest of saving time and getting through the request list. So thanks for watching, guys. SirAllAboutMusic. Check out these songs in the sidebar, and I will see you next time.